What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rudy Rodriguez Showmont here with another edition of Rudy's Rant. Full court press basketball, man. What is happening in the world of sports? It's like I go in a car for 4 hours and the world explodes. As y'all know, I had last week. I'm in Vegas. This week I'm at a work conference, and I'm in my hotel room now. As you can see, this is not my typical backdrop. Pardon the glare right here on my head. There's a light right above my head, and I cannot get it to go away unless I turn the light up, and then you won't be able to see me. And maybe I don't know I should probably wear a cap. I'm not sure. Maybe I should do that. So how about we try that real quick, and I'll continue with a cap on. There we go. That solved the problem. Glare gone. You don't have to be blinded by my bald head during this video. Man, it's been a crazy day. Welcome back, everyone. And like I said, to another edition of Rudy's Rant Full Court Press. Facts over feelings, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment, man. It is off the chain what's going on in the world of professional sports. I'll be dropping a whole bunch of content this evening, before I go to sleep, because, man, it is going crazy right now. You have a massive, massive, massive story in the world of professional basketball, the NBA. While he is no longer in the NBA, Gilbert Arenas is a major figure in professional basketball. Gil's Arenas, the host of Gil's Arena, No Chill Gil, major impact on the YouTube podcast world. Arrested for I have to read the article. I haven't actually read the full thing, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say here, because it seems I don't know. But let's take a look right here at this article that we have in on ESPN. Let me see here. Let me get it to where it's readable for y'all. Let's see here. My apologies. I'm doing this off of one screen because I'm in a hotel, like I mentioned. So give me a second to get the kinks out right now. So here we got the article. Don't know why this is opening up. Where is that article? This is not it. Where is it? There we go. So the article, sorry, Jesus, my apologies again. Sorry, folks. Gilbert Arenas arrested on charges of illegal poker games. Gilbert Arenas was arrested, and by no means am I taking any pleasure in this. This is insane, though. Like, this is just, it's nuts. It really is absolutely nuts. Gilbert Arenas was arrested Wednesday in connection with a federal indictment that alleges the former NBA star hosted illegal high-stakes poker games at his mansion in Encino, California, according to a release from the United States Attorney's Office in Central California. Arenas is officially charged with one count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, one count of operating an illegal gambling business, and one count of making false statements to federal investigators. He appeared in U.S. District Court on Wednesday afternoon in downtown L.A. and was released on $50,000 bond after pleading not guilty to the charges. His trial is scheduled for September 23rd. So that's crazy fast. It is not even, we're about to hit August. That is a really speedy trial. I mean, defendants are entitled to a speedy trial, so maybe he wants to get this shit over and done with. I'm not sure. His attorney, Jerome Friedberg, said outside the courthouse that he hadn't had much time to speak with his client and couldn't comment on the case. At this point in the case, he is presumed innocent, right? Friedberg said he has the same right as any other citizen to that presumption, and that's how he should be treated. Yet Yevgeny Giora Gershman, a suspected high-level member of an Israeli organized crime group, and 4 other associates were also indicted and arrested in connection with the alleged illegal business, which prosecutors say operated from September 21 to July 22. He's been arrested for something that happened 3 years ago. See, I hadn't read this yet, so I'm reading it with y'all. According to the indictment, Arenas rented out his Encino house and one of his associates staged the mansion for the poker games, recruited co-conspirators to host and collected rent from the co-conspirators on Arenas' behalf. The indictment alleges that Gershman and the other defendants ran illegal pot limit Omaha poker games, among others, which collected a cut from each pot contested. Prosecutors said that the group hired chefs, valets, and armed security guards to staff the games, as well as young women who served drinks. Man, he basically created a casino. Provided massages and offered companionship to the poker players in exchange for companionship. Man, okay. And that the co-conspirators took a cut of the servers' tips from the games. It was unclear as of Wednesday who the players in the games were. You can presume they're high-level people. The U.S. attorneys, probably athletes in that mug. I mean, you never know. You'd be surprised. The U.S. Attorney's Office declined further comment. If convicted, Arenas and the other defendants would face a statutory maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison for each count. This is not the first time Arenas has found himself in trouble. Okay, they're going to go back to the thing with Javaris Critton. Then I don't care about that. Listen here, man. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm actually at a loss for words. I don't want to say this is stupid, but this is stupid. Like, it's serious, but it's stupid. He basically rented his house out to some people, from what this reads, because this was probably this was a press release. This is all taken from a press release, and his bond is 50 grand. Here's the problem: when you get charged by the federal, by the U.S. Attorney's Office, you're in a problem. You know, not every case is going to turn out like Puff Daddy's case, where he magically escapes somehow. You know, doesn't get hit with the stuff that seemingly was obvious, not convicted of stuff that seemingly was obvious. In this situation here, this is a smaller level situation naturally, but I'm wondering what these other people got charged with. And this thing was 3 years ago. Like, they continue to investigate this thing 3 years down the road. Interesting. Yeah, obviously they had people on the inside who went to participate in these, poker games. He rented out his house, and one of the associates staged the mansion for the poker games. Arenas, was he even there? I'm sure he knew what was going on, but he wasn't even like. This is one of those things where it's like, we will see now what happens. We will see now if Gilbert Arenas turns snitch. That's really what it's going to come down to now, I think. Because now you are fucking around with a suspected high member of an Israeli organized crime group. This is so much bigger than Gilbert Arenas. This is not even about Gilbert Arenas. This is about those other guys. He's been dragged into this crap. Well, his own behavior created this based on the fact that he knew what he was doing was illegal. It's completely illegal. You know it's illegal. High stakes poker games. You're not a casino. You're not a gambling part. Like, it's illegal. Facing 15 years in prison. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know what people think about this. I this almost feels like he's been brought into this because it was his house. And now it's a matter of if they can get him to testify against these guys. Because I am not familiar enough in criminal law on a federal level. I'm not an attorney. I work with lawyers every day. I worked in legal for 25 years. I am not familiar with One count of operating an illegal gambling business. See, he has the conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business. That first count, that's clear. He was involved in it. I don't know that he's operating the illegal gambling business because he's not there. And now the false statements, he's lying. So he's lied to federal investigators. He's been caught lying, or he's been accused of lying, charged with lying, which obviously is a problem. Now the question becomes, what happens to Gil's Arena? What happens to No Chill Gil? I mean, his show is one of the bigger athlete podcasts that there is. You already saw what happened with Shannon Sharp today at the same time. He got fired by ESPN. And after settling his case, and if you've noticed, Shannon Sharp is not in a good situation. He pays off of a settlement now only to find out that he's been fired. I don't know why he thought he wasn't going to be fired. It seemed fairly obvious to me. You're going to, like, he got fired when he got put on, whatever, leave, when he went on leave. You knew he wasn't getting the job back. You knew he wasn't going to be retained. And now you have Gilbert Arenas, who has a pretty sizable podcast with a number of dudes that he pays. Like, all those guys are getting cuts. They're all getting paid salaries probably for appearing on the podcast. It is an entertaining podcast, naturally. What will happen of this if Gilbert Arenas is found guilty and or is convicted or pleads out? Here's what I would say is almost a certainty. Gilbert Arenas is going to spend some time in prison. He's going to spend some time in prison. It's just a matter of how much. The false statements, it's 5 years in prison. The conspiracy, 5 years in prison. Now, the one count of operating it, I mean, if you're not there, I don't know how you could be convicted of operating something when you're not there. Although he had an associate, what that means, probably his friend, I guess. But yeah, and was all that it was that he was making was money for renting the house, or was it also that he's collecting off of the actual gambling? Because if all he is renting a house, again, I am not an attorney. I'm giving my opinion. There are laws that we all probably disagree with, and laws that we think maybe shouldn't be laws. But I mean, I think a lot of men at some point have been involved in gambling and playing poker together, at a friend's house and playing for money. You're friends, like, you hang out together, you play for money, you play poker for money. That's nothing that's crazy, out of the ordinary. I know police officers that do that. I know lawyers that do that. I've known of judges who do it. Like, this isn't out of the ordinary, but it's done in a friendly, I know you type of way. It's not like a business designed to generate profit for a host per se. So this is a slippery slope, but I think Gilbert Arenas has a problem on his hands. You don't want to be a snitch against an Israeli organized crime group. I would say that as well. You don't want to get caught up in that. So what he says, what he does, is the show going to cease for a little bit? Will he be on air? Let's see if he said anything. I doubt. I would hope that he hasn't said anything yet. He can't really. He shouldn't. But this is not a good situation for him. Okay. Really? He dumb. Oh, God. He's not helping it. See, this is the problem with Gilbert Arenas. He thinks everything's a joke. He thinks everything is a joke. And that's a big issue that exists with Gilbert Arenas. He thinks everything. This is on his own fucking X page. Like, think about this. I'm going to show you this. He's made a big joke of this thing, and I don't know anyone that makes a joke about. You know, I don't know anyone that makes a big ass joke. Sorry about the background. I'm trying to put this in here. I don't know if it came across on noise, but shoot, right here. He has it right here saying, "I'm back in the streets. This ain't got shit to do with me. I just rented the house. I wasn't a part of it. Let's listen to this clown here." This is a problem with this guy, man. He just
Free. You better not.
Can't hold me, baby. They can't hold me. Hello.
Free.
that's not funny. Like, you're in a problem, dude. You're facing 15 years in prison. This was an hour ago. Now this is 54 minutes ago that he posted this dumb shit. They can't hold me. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing, bro? What are you thinking about? Why you're not garnering favor? I can promise you that. I got the idea. Again, Gilbert Arenas, typical Gilbert Arenas fashion. He makes a big joke of something that's serious. Goodness, Gilbert Arenas, God, man. You know, you'd hope that the guy would have some sense to shut the fuck up. I can't. I mean, his attorney clearly does not have any control over this guy. This is next level dumb. His behavior, just a very, very. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, because I can't imagine that prosecutors are watching that shit and not taking that shit like, you're making this a joke. Okay, we're gonna show you. So yeah, he's saying he's not a part of it. I just rented the house. Well, you were a conspirator then, because that's literally what rent. You didn't rent a house to somebody and not know what you're renting the house for. See, that's where you fucked up. You didn't rent a house and not know what you're renting a house for. It's not like was this an Airbnb? Because you have a friend there collecting money. It's not like it's. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. If there's any lawyers that are watching this video and you have criminal law knowledge, I would love to hear y'all comments. In fact, if you're interested, I'd love to have you on the podcast so we can actually have a live podcast and discuss this. Because if you're a U.S. federal prosecutor and you see him behaving like this, does that make you want to stick it up his ass even more? Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. This is Rudy's Rant, Full Court Press. Facts or feelings, man. Come on now.